The slap hit me before I even saw it coming. My head snapped to the side, my ears rang, and I fell hard into the dust as the entire village went silent for a split second, then laughter exploded everywhere. "Look at her," someone shouted. "Pride has finally finished her." I tried to stand, but my uncle grabbed my arm and shoved me back down. "Stay there," he hissed. "Let everyone see what happens when an orphan forgets her place." My name is Amara, and that moment on my knees in the middle of the village square was when my life was decided without my consent. It all started because I said no. Chief Bamidil's son wanted me as his wife. He was rich, arrogant, and known for beating his servants when he drank too much. Everyone else saw opportunity. I saw a cage. When my uncle told me about the proposal, I shook my head. "I won't marry him," I said. He laughed at first, thinking I was joking. But when he saw my face, his smile disappeared. "You don't get to refuse," he said. "Do you know how much he's offering?" "I don't care," I replied. "I won't marry a man I don't respect." That single sentence ruined everything. By evening, the elders were called. By morning, the entire village had gathered to watch my punishment. "Do you deny the chief's son?" the village head asked. "Yes," I said, my hands shaking. "I deny him." Gasps spread through the crowd. Before anyone could speak again, the slap came. And now there I was, kneeling, humiliated, surrounded by people who enjoyed my pain. "If she rejects wealth," the village head finally said, his voice cold, "then she will be given poverty." My heart sank. "Bring the poorest man in this village." Laughter erupted instantly. People pointed, mocked, whispered. Then I saw him. He stood slightly apart from everyone, wearing worn sandals and a faded shirt. Quiet. Still. He didn't laugh with them. He didn't look embarrassed either. "That one," someone said. "He barely survives. This is perfect punishment." I didn't sleep that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard his words again. "Tomorrow, this village will regret today." I lay on the mat staring at the roof while he slept like a man with nothing to fear. That alone scared me. Poor men in this village feared everything: hunger, elders, tomorrow. But my husband slept peacefully, like the world already answered to him. At dawn, voices outside woke me. "Open this door." I sat up in panic. My heart started racing. "They're here already," I whispered. "What did we do?" He stood up calmly and adjusted his shirt. "Stay inside," he said. That tone again. Not begging. Not scared. Commanding. I watched through the crack in the door as he stepped outside. My uncle stood there with two elders and the chief's son. Their faces were hard, angry. "So," the chief's son sneered, "how does it feel waking up poor?" My husband smiled faintly. "Peaceful." That answer irritated them. My uncle spat on the ground. "You think marriage protects her? She embarrassed us." The chief's son stepped forward. "I want her sent away from this village. Today." I gasped silently. Before I could move, my husband spoke. "She's my wife now." The chief's son laughed. "And you'll stop me? With what? Empty hands?" My husband reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. One tap. That was it. I didn't understand why the elders suddenly went quiet. The chief's son scoffed. "Who are you calling? Begging for food?" My husband put the phone back. "You have 1 hour," he said calmly. "After that, none of you will speak to my wife like this again." My uncle burst out laughing. "You hear him? A poor man threatening us." They left still laughing. I ran outside immediately. "What was that?" I demanded. "Why did you talk like that?" He looked at me for a long moment. "Because they needed to hear it." "That doesn't make sense." I snapped. "They'll come back angry. Worse." He stepped closer, his voice low. "Amara, trust me." Trust. That word felt dangerous. Before I could reply, a sound echoed through the village. Engines. Not one. Not two. Many. I turned slowly. Black vehicles rolled in, shiny, expensive, completely out of place on our dusty road. People stepped out of their huts in shock. Villagers whispered. "Who are they?" Government. Are we in trouble? The cars stopped in front of our hut. Men in suits stepped out. My legs went weak. One of them walked straight past everyone, and bowed. To my husband. Good morning, sir, the man said respectfully. Everything is ready. The entire village froze. My mouth fell open. Sir. My uncle staggered forward. What is this nonsense? My husband turned to me. Amara, he said gently, I need you to come with me today. My voice shook. Where? He smiled. To end this. The chief's son pushed forward angrily. You can't just show up with cars and scare people. The suited man turned sharply. Watch your tone. The chief's son scoffed. And who are you? The man straightened. I'm his head of security. Silence. My uncle's face drained of color. I whispered to my husband, barely breathing. Who are you? He looked at me. I was waiting for the right time. The village head rushed forward, forcing a laugh. Let's all calm down. Surely there's a misunderstanding. My husband's voice hardened. There is no misunderstanding. He pointed at my uncle. This man slapped my wife. Gasps. He pointed at the chief's son. This one threatened her. My heart pounded. The security man spoke into his radio. Proceed. More men appeared. Cameras. Documents. Villagers backed away slowly. What is happening? Someone whispered. My husband turned to the crowd. You called me poor, he said. You mocked her. Humiliated her. He paused. I allowed it. Allowed it. My knees almost gave out. I came to this village years ago, he continued, to live quietly. To see what life looks like without power. The chief's son shouted, desperate now. Stop acting. Who are you really? My husband looked at him calmly. I am the majority shareholder of 3 banks, he said. I own companies you beg loans from. The village erupted. No. He's lying. This is madness. My uncle collapsed onto the ground. I felt like the world tilted. I grabbed my husband's arm. Is this true? He looked at me, his eyes soft. Yes. My chest tightened. Then why marry me like this? He answered without hesitation. Because you were the only one who stood up. Tears burned my eyes. The village head fell to his knees. Forgive us. We didn't know. My husband didn't even look at him. He turned to me instead. Amara, he said, do you still think you married a poor man? I shook my head slowly. No, I whispered. I married a storm. He smiled. And this village is about to feel it. The village went completely silent. You could hear people breathing. My uncle was still on the ground, shaking. The chief's son stood frozen, his arrogance draining from his face like water from a broken pot. I was still holding my husband's arm, afraid that if I let go, everything would disappear like a dream. He turned to the chief's son. You wanted her sent away, he said calmly. Pack your things. The chief's son laughed nervously. You think you can chase me from my own village? My husband nodded to the head of security. The man opened a document and read aloud. By order of the land board, effective immediately, your family's lease has been revoked due to unpaid debts. The chief's son screamed. That's impossible. My husband finally raised his voice. I own the bank you owe. The chief's son collapsed to his knees. People gasped. My uncle crawled forward, grabbing my feet. Amara, please, he cried. I raised you. I pulled my feet back. You raised me with fear, I said quietly. Not love. He turned to my husband. Please, forgive me. I didn't know. My husband's voice was cold. You didn't need to know, he said. You just needed to be human. The elders began kneeling one by one. Forgive us. We judged wrongly. We were blind. My husband raised his hand. Stand up. They froze. Do not kneel for me, he said. Kneel for the girl you broke. All eyes turned to me. My chest tightened. My legs shook. This village had never looked at me like this before. I swallowed hard. I don't want revenge, I said. I want peace. My husband smiled softly at me. That, he said, is why I chose you. He turned to the crowd. No one will touch her again, he said. And no one will starve in this village again. Murmurs rippled. He continued, a school will be built here. A clinic. Jobs. Shock spread through the crowd. You judged me by my clothes, he said. You judged her by her silence. He looked at me again. But she is stronger than all of you. Tears streamed down my face. Later that day, as the cars prepared to leave, I finally spoke to him alone. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I asked. He took my hands. Because I wanted you to love me, he said, not my name. I laughed through tears. I was afraid of you, I admitted. I know, he said gently. But you stayed. I looked at him. Will you leave this village? He shook his head. No. But we'll change it. Weeks later, the village was different. People who once mocked me greeted me respectfully. Children went to school. My uncle avoided my eyes. And every night, when I lay beside my husband, I remembered the day they forced me to marry a poor man. I smiled. Because poverty never lived in his heart. And power never changed his soul. If this story moved you, please like this video thumbs up sign. Your support helps us keep bringing powerful stories like this to life. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss another emotional story that teaches, inspires, and entertains. And comment below. White right pointing backhand index. Do you believe character matters more than wealth? Thank you for watching.